Hi, I'm Raina Torres from NPR's World Cafe, and today I'm so excited to be in Stittsville, Ontario at Quitters Coffee for the release of Kathleen Edwards' brand new album, Total Freedom. It's her first new album in 8 years, and a lot has happened in that 8 years, including the place we're standing in, Quitters Coffee. It's Kathleen's coffee shop. We're going to talk about all of that stuff coming up after she plays you some music. First, I'd just like to thank Dual Tone Music for making this possible and for letting us broadcast this beautiful thing to the entire world. We'll be back to chat in a sec, but right now, Kathleen Edwards.
One, two, one, two, three, four.
And I was drinking too much whiskey, it's hard to believe. You always knew how to set me straight, even though I didn't want to hear it. And I'll always be thankful for it. And I will always be thankful for it. I can't really. All right. This is a song called Hard on Everyone. And it's not about hard-ons. It's about being hard on someone. Different thing.
Are there children here?
Everything in this house breaks. What wouldn't under your weight? Everything in this house goes away. You're gonna fix it, or so you say. Everything in this house wants to breathe. The words that get twisted up when you speak. But there's something to be said about being strong. And there's something to be said about never being wrong. You're so spring, won't you show yourself to me? The light is changing and the fire's out. I kept it going till the orange glow became the rising sun on my bedroom floor. I got birds on the feeder, I got dogs and they're sleeping. I got total freedom, no one to need me. Come on, snow, you know I love your cold. I'm still hiding under all your layers of clothes, and I'm dying for you to touch my skin. It's been so long, but I'm staying in. I got birds on the feeder, I got dogs and they're sleeping. I got total freedom, no one to need. Come on, feelings, won't you go away for just one season? You could take a break. 'Cause after when we were lying there, it felt so good that I got scared. I got birds on the feeder, I got dogs and they're sleeping. I've got total freedom, no one to need. No one to. Hey, we don't suck too bad, eh? Hope everyone's doing okay, wherever you are. I got my hair done for today, so this is me at my best. And this is a song called Simple Math. All these people in my life come in and out like a kite, just bobbing like a breeze in a changing wind. That's just the way it is. And numbers never were my strength, and I barely got a passing grade. You teach me love is simple math. I don't care how we get. I'm just wanting your wine and we're two together. I'm okay being friends forever. You and I were only 8, growing up on the same street, just bobbing like a breeze in a changing wind. Oh, when you're just a kid, everything and nothing changes. But now you girls are Slap that in a movie. While we're here, let's do a little promotional work. All right. This is a song that I decided to write so I could encapsulate my identity as being 39 forever. And anyone who's in their 40s knows we are all 39. So much, everything you do, you say, you speak, you wear, it just works for me. But I blame it on a weekly flyer that took me out to crappy tire. 'Cause you were smiling when I looked up. I guess we'll always have a park in the it's not my fault that I wasn't sure. But I'm holding up a mirror and we look so sweet. You make me stronger. I'm wanting another. For 39 years I've been keeping my options open. I've been keeping my for 39 years. I've been keeping my options open. And you don't have to say it, 'cause nobody's order on the line. And if you don't believe it, then there's nothing I can say. I was in this with you. I wanted, don't you want it For 39 years I've been keeping my options open. I've been keeping my for 39 years I've been keeping my options open. I've been keeping my for 39 years I've been keeping my options open. Oh.
Woo!
Woo!
That was so fun.
Oh, thanks.
You know, there are a bunch of heartbreaker songs on this record, but you seem like you're doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am doing really well.
Congratulations. Congratulations on the new album. It's
Thank
so
you.
exciting.
Thank you.
You can't hear it on this video right now, but there's a whole huge crowd outside watching this on screens in the sort of, I guess, is it always a patio there in the back of Quitters? Or?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
always a patio out there, which has really been good for COVID times, that we have outdoor space because no one should be inside.
Well, I feel like we should explain.
Except us. Except us.
Except us. This is actually I think this is the most people I've seen in person since this all started. So thank you for having me. I think we should explain Quitters for people who might not know. So Quitters Coffee, it's your coffee shop. You've had it since 2014. And I guess it was after Voyager in 2012, you started having second thoughts about being in music. There are lots of inspirational quotes about not quitting. Quitting could be a difficult thing to do, though. So I was wondering, what was going through your mind when you were making that decision to quit music?
What was going through my mind? Well, I think I just wanted someone to say, you don't have to do that today or tomorrow or the next day. And finally, I was the one who had to tell me that I didn't have to play music. And it wasn't because of performing. It was, first of all, it was because I had clinical depression, and I ended up being diagnosed about a year after Voyager came out. But it really, what happened was it just eroded my joy in playing music. And you know, I was a woman in my mid-30s. I was ready for other things other than tour life. And I didn't necessarily know that, but something about the lifestyle had really shifted in my heart. And of course, Jim Bryson, my amazing bandmate, who's currently suing me for rights to the name Quitters, was the one who said, Kathleen, you should just move home to Ottawa and quit music and open a cafe and call it Quitters.
When he said that, did you take it seriously at first?
It was the best joke all week. It was a hilarious joke, and it actually probably gave me this wave of relief or a sense of happiness, the idea. And maybe that's actually stayed in my subconscious, just like all of Jim Bryson stays in my subconscious longer than it should. And it just probably became this thing that I actually thought, well, I'll just do it.
And so what was it like when you pulled the trigger and how did you feel when you made that decision?
Oh, I just felt like I'd been, I was in high school math and I really hated it. And I hated it. And my parents were like, you gotta stay in, you gotta blah, blah. And finally I just went to the principal's office one day. I was like, I'd like to be removed from math. And they're like, all right, just sign here. And I did. And probably they had to agree. And as soon as I did, I just was like, all right, I have my life back. This thing I did not like is no longer part of it. So it felt good.
So what was something when you started running the cafe where you were like, it was the biggest change maybe for you, from being a professional touring musician to running your own business?
Being organized and having to file receipts and, it's a huge learning curve. Anyone who's had a startup knows. And, we got off to a good start. And I had a friend named Rick Tremblay who came from Toronto to help me start the cafe. And he was here working with me. And he was a huge part of us finding our sea legs. And then, we've learned how to grow, and we became a business with 20 employees and an ice cream trailer in the back, and more money, more problems.
I know it's true because I heard you say you were going down to your office earlier, so it actually does exist.
More money. So much money.
Have you ever had fans come into the shop to meet you? Because you're very available now.
Yes, they're all in the parking lot. No, just my. Oh, there they are. No, just my parents.
At that.
They're my.
See you.
Yeah, they begrudgingly have to come, or else. I remember I played like a Valentine's show or something odd. I did a one-off show here once. And a woman from Texas came, and it was Valentine's Day because the weather in Ottawa, of course, in February is abysmal. And I just felt so bad for her because she came to see me play, I was flattered. But then she's a Texan, driving through a blizzard to get to the Ottawa airport. I was like,
yeah,
sorry about killing you for liking my music. Anyway, but yeah, people come in all the time. It's really cool. My favorite customer was a guy who's not you and not you and not you. My favorite customer was a guy who came in about the first 2 months I opened, and he was obviously a fan of my music, and he came in and he kind of I could tell he was a little nervous, and his friend said, hey, this is my friend, he's a big fan of yours. He goes, yeah,
I'm kind of a big deal. And I was like, I love this. This is such a great way to meet fans. It's so human and it's so earnest, and I loved it.
So, when it came time to make music again, let's just talk about what sort of brought you there. There was a phone call from Nashville, Maren Morris and Ian Fitchuk.
It was Kenny Rogers, and he said, Kathleen, you are one hot mama, and I want to be with you. And so I went down to Nashville, and I met Maren Morris when I was there, too. That was cool.
And that was that. Kenny Rogers is on the new record. Check it out. It's out today. So you went down to Nashville.
I actually accidentally killed him. He was so in love with me, he died. It's not funny that he died. He's a true legend, and we honor him. I'm sorry, this is going so badly
This
now.
live stream is dedicated to the memory of Kenny Rogers.
What's the screen's gone black? What happened?
So you worked on music with her down there, and then what was it like? Were you like, okay, I'm back in music, or did it take you some time to figure out that you wanted to make your own again?
Well, I think Maren, and I feel so bad because Maren's been asked to do a ton of interviews during a time in which she's supposed to be like home with her baby and having quiet time. And thank you, Maren, for doing all these press things, for confirming that we have actually met and I didn't make it up. But, Maren took this piece of writing that I had done right around the time that I was so in my lowest place, and I had written this song about trying to say to somebody like, you have the love of a good woman, and here are all the things that we could be if you actually believed in this as much as I do. And I just put it in the journal and put it away. It was from a very awful and painful heartbreak, and I brought it with me because I believed in the lyrics. I thought they were good lyrics, and I had some other ideas floating around, but they were from this bad time. And I showed up with them, and we worked on a few things, and then one day I just sort of played this idea, and she and Ian Fitchuk, who were working with me on that day, they kind of went, oh my gosh, we love this idea. And they turned something that was really, I needed to leave behind, into something that was new and happy and positive. And it was a love story told by her now. And it was like, it just kind of took the weight off having to hold on to bad shit anymore.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to ask, because listening to the album, it's almost like going through a photo album or a scrapbook of all these little pieces of memories. Some are really like happy memories, and some seem not so happy. Is it cathartic to revisit those things, or is it hard to revisit those things?
My old stuff?
This new record.
Oh.
When you're looking back on these, like, 'cause I think a lot of the songs feel like you're taking us to a moment in time and sort of reminiscing on it a bit.
Well, a wonderful example of how time heals all wounds and gives you space to have healthy perspectives. I mean, Colin Cripps is playing with us today, and Colin, of course, and I were married. We have 14 children, and most of them are guitars. And it's. I just needed time to. We all need time to kind of gather our thoughts and our feelings about difficult experiences, and I loved this record. I very intentionally wanted it to be a snapshot of what healing feels like and what reconnecting with yourself and with so many things that are worth living for. And, there was a time before I quit music, I didn't really want to live. And I'm really glad that I made it to the other side. And so I think that was kind of what I wanted to say is like, you will get there if you're going through it.
Could you have ever imagined back when you opened Quitters that you'd be playing your album release show in the cafe?
I had a very hard rule, like the first couple of months, everyone was like, oh, are you going to do an open mic? I'm like, no open mic. There's no music here. I'm not running a music venue. I just spent 20 years in one. Well, okay, 15. And the last thing I wanted to do was have my own venue. So no, but global pandemics happen apparently. And so we're going to use a space that no one can be in to drink coffee. And that worked out really. I mean, I'm sorry about the pandemic thing, but.
We're looking at the silver lining here. Okay, we're going to let you get back to the music. This next song, I think, is my favorite from the record, and it made me cry on the drive over. So
is it?
Here you go.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thanks, Renee. This song was a big fight in the sense that I went back to the drawing board many times over and over and over on it. and I knew that I had done the right thing when I was with this guy Conrad, who mixed my record in Nashville, and this line that came about, "I don't love you anymore," and he just went, "Whoa," and I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh," so this is a song called "Feelings Faded." Here's a moving target, now take your shot. I was never gonna hit it, you knew it all along. I get it, feelings fade, you wouldn't be the first, but not knowing hurts worse. A broken arrow almost hit my arm. I guess Cupid's on vacation, 'cause it went right through my heart. And I could teach you 5 words to close the door. I don't love you anymore. Did your feelings fade? Did your feelings fade? Did your feelings fade? And you just can't say it, that your feelings are faded. Did your feelings fade? Did your feelings fade? And you just can't say it. I found a trail of breadcrumbs, they led me straight to you. And you said you didn't leave them, I know that isn't true. 'Cause you took me to the house where you wanted to live. Tell me about a place your parents met. Take me to your friends and take it back. Oh, did your feelings
This goes out to anyone who's looking to sell a house. You catch my meaning. Love is blind. Whoever bought that line must be a sucker. They made a movie about someone else, a warning sign. But I went out, there's a run in the road. I pulled in my sweater, something true was in that letter. Loose ends you never tied. Now I know it was all a lie. You know how to spend my money. You know how to spin a story. You know how to take me for a fool's ride in the country. Love at first sight. Whoever bought that line wasn't listening to the first thing you ever said to me about retiring. 'Cause the bill I paid for my birthday dinner, the bill I paid every winter, boxes of bills on the basement floor. I don't believe you anymore. You know how to spend my money. You know how to spin a story. You know how to take me for a fool's ride in the country. Love saves the day. Here comes a red flag flying in the ship parade. A warning sign that I ignored. Sign my good name to a house you can't afford. There's a run in the rug. I'm pulling my sweater. Something true was in that letter. Loose ends you never tie. Now I know it was all a lie. You know how to spend my money. You know how to spin a story. You know how to take me for a fool's ride in the country. Everything you ever said was half true at best. You know how to take me for a Ow! I just hit myself in the head.
Almost hear the crowd outside.
I'm going to introduce everyone again in case, you need to write this down and you'll have a second opportunity. On the drums, this is Peter Von Alten. He has an excellent view during his set of, wow, thanks, bud. 2 thumbs up on this little wiggler. And over on bass is John Hines, who has an excellent view of Colin's butt, which is also very nice. And this is this is Colin Cripps on guitar. And back there in the hot seat, looking hot, is Aaron Goldstein on pedal steel, and of course this is Jim Bryson, one of our most problematic customers here at Quitters.
It's too expensive.
Were you the guy who complained on Yelp about the complimentary water? Was that you?
No, I thought there should be complimentary rolls as well. With the
Oh.
water.
Yeah, everyone likes a free piece of bread, you know.
Is this complimentary?
Ashes to ashes, I am just dust. All the animals that I've loved will die someday, and so will I. Oh, and I get scared to say goodbye. Ashes to ashes, I am just mad that someone like you is taken like that. And no one in this room could say we feel better if we pray. 'Cause the line out where sea meets sky is where your soul goes when you die. The world isn't flat, God is not in the clouds. Everything in this world comes around. Ashes to ashes, when I am done, you don't have to tell anyone. 'Cause all these feelings will be enough. All the animals that I've left. 'Cause the line out where sea meets sky is where your soul goes when you die. The world isn't flat, God is not in the clouds. Everything in this world comes around. And the line out where sea meets sky is where I'll find you when I die. Ashes to ashes, so I'm just dust. And everything in this world comes around.
Oh, I hear clapping.
It's real.
Wow, there's actual clapping. Haven't heard that in a while.
It's such a nice break for me not to have people in the audience because I don't hear all the booing anymore. It's much better. Well, this is a song about a dog. Yeah.
drugs and alcohol, they go so good together. You were so sweet, immediately charm me with your skin and bones. You hop in the backseat. Here we go. Under the little Catawba tree is where I put you. With a rock that says your name, I had made for ya. And now my favorite thing to say is who rescued you, who rescued you, who rescued you. Well, I picked up this habit I'm just trying to lose, called courage in a glass that helps me keep up to you. 'Cause when we walk down the street, everybody would just stop and say, "Oh boy, aren't you so sweet?" And I felt that too. Under the little Catawba tree is where I put you. With a rock that says your name, I had me for ya. And now my favorite thing to say is who rescued you, who rescued you, who rescued you, who rescued you. Whenever you guys are ready, you go. Well, that concludes The Voyager. Oh, no, that's my last record. That concludes Total Freedom. And we're gonna play a few other songs. Some of you have reached out to me over the years, and this one seems to be one you like. So here we go. You know what I wish? It was just you and me, sitting in this corner bar. You could tell me how you are, that I'm not gonna lie or anything. You don't even have to speak if you keep
there are children here. Well, last night we had to have a very clear discussion about who was going to play what part on this song, because over the years, both of these men have played this part in this song, and they've had a little mud wrestling match. And
Neon Dion.
Neon Dion is back.
Yes. And what do? We reached a neutral zone.
We sent a communique this morning detailing the outline of how we would sort this situation.
Lawyers were involved? Okay.
We used your dad.
Here we go. I'll pull up my pants. Jim, please, go ahead. Do that part.
Peter, sweet baby, there's just something that I gotta say to you. I'm gonna have you, baby, this coming June.
Well, that never happened.
We could get a little place down by Gilmore Park. Oh, you can do a little time and save my broken heart. I tried to come clean, but I guess it's no use. Faces on over 6 o'clock.
It's been lovely pretending that we can see you, but it's also been lovely to be seen. Is that a nice way of putting it? It's lovely to be seen, especially by Peter's eyes. We're going to finish off with a little beautiful song that has, for some reason, kind of crept into my heart a lot in the last couple weeks based on how things feel in the world right now. And this soul world keeps spinning round. We'll see you again, I hope, somewhere in a place where you can stand in front of me and I can see you and we can have a nice little eye contact. And then when you start crying because you like that song, I'll start crying and then I'll have to quit music again. Good night, everyone, or good day. I guess it's daytime. I hope you had a nice time. It was really nice for us to play for you. Comes a time when you're drifting. Comes a time when you settle down. Comes a light, feelings lifting. Lift that baby right up off the ground. Oh, but this soul will keep spinning around. Let's say wonder tall trees laying down. There comes a time. There comes a time. You and I, we were captured. They took our souls and we flew away. We were right. We were given. That's how we kept what we gave away. Oh, but this soul will keep spinning round. Let's say wonder tall trees ain't laying down. Oh, and this soul will keep spinning round. There comes a time. There comes a time. There comes a time. Here we go. Let's do the chorus again because it feels good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This soul will keep spinning around. Say wonder tall trees ain't laying down. Go again, come on. This soul will keep spinning around. There comes a time. There comes a time. There comes a time. There comes a time. How many times? I'm going to close out with a solo song. Is that okay? You can go. Go access the free beverages that I have provided with my sweat and tears. Please, raid the whiskey container. So I want to thank a couple people. I know this is always the part of the Oscars you hate the most, but I have a lot of really fantastic people in my life, and there are a lot of them standing in front of me. There's an incredible production team who have been part of this, and I'm looking at you all right now, and I'm saying thank you so much for doing this. Can't name you all because you'll be embarrassed. But I have a record company called Dual Tone Records, and they have been part of me being able to start, have a fresh start in this whole making music thing again. And they have been incredibly patient with me in all of my poor spending habits when it comes to being in the studio. And I have a manager named Holly Lohman who has been fighting for me and working so hard for me the last 2 years almost. And she's in Nashville and I'm in Canada. And we found out that the fine is $750,000 if she tried to make it up here today. So I would like to start a GoFundMe campaign to pay her fine. Just joking, she's still in Nashville. And I just want to say hi, Holly. I love you and I miss you. And I'm sorry you're not here, but fuck, I'm gonna cry. Okay. And this is a song that kind of kicked up all of the stuff. Sweet little duck, I've been waiting for you, wearing your heart on your sleeve. And I sleep through most of my days, so the time goes by, and I think I drink more now than ever. 'Cause you got me on your shelf and I just sit here and I think about when everything was right. And you say you don't got any answers. Well, I'm tired of you not making up your mind. And on Tuesday I'll be back for my things. Oh, And sweet little duck, I've been waiting for you, but I still wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm gonna set things right. I got a job down south. Don't you think about coming after me? 'Cause you got me on your shelf and I just sit here. Ooh, and I think about when everything was right. You say you don't got any answers. I'm tired of you not making up your mind. And on Tuesday I'll be back for my things. Yeah, on Tuesday I'll be back for my things. Why don't we get the band in here for a photo? Can we get a band in here for a photo? They're all in the bathroom. Thanks, everybody. We're gonna do a little group photo, and if the thing is still running, you can say hi.